Khabib worried about his friend Kamaru Usman, who may never recover after getting knocked out severely at UFC 278. Upset after being knocked out brutally at UFC 278, Khabib feared that Kamaru Usman would not be able to make a full recovery. Khabib Nurmagomedov, the former lightweight champion of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, had the same manager as Kamaru Usman, a former holder of the welterweight belt, and during the course of their careers, they became good friends. But what really happened, and what is the whole story? Why are Khabib and Usman so close to each other? Hey, do you want to know more? Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to MMA Guru TV. In today's video, we are going to discuss the bond between Khabib and Usman, so make sure you watch this video till the end, because this video is going to be really interesting. And without any further ado, let's begin. Because of this, the Eagle was a little bit upset when Usman was knocked out severely by Leon Edwards in the main event of the UFC 278 pay-per-view event that took place over the weekend in Salt Lake City. Usman's loss was not only costing him the welterweight title, but also caused him to lose the top spot in the promotion's pound-for-pound rankings. On Instagram, Nurmagomedov stated, "I watched UFC 278, and to tell you the truth, I was startled. You could even say that I'm a little bit sad because of the close bond that I have with Kamaru. When you consider that he is currently the finest boxer in the world, you can imagine how difficult it was to witness him get knocked out in such a brutal fashion with just 50 seconds left in the fight. Suddenly, everything went awry as he positioned his hands in the incorrect position. If you do not have the appropriate defense in place, you run the risk of having all your lights go out. You could fall asleep in the changing room, wake up, and the game would be done. I'm aware that the first book of the trilogy is now being written. I think he has a shot at beating Leon Edwards, but with a knockout like that, a lot of people don't come back from it. It'll be exciting to watch what happens." Cody Garbrandt, a former bantamweight champion, was defeated by TJ Dillashaw via knockout at UFC 217. With the loss, Cody Garbrandt's record dropped from 11-0 to 1-5, with 4 of his defeats being through knockout. Similarly, former middleweight champion Anderson Silva was never able to recover from the defeat he suffered at the hands of Chris Weidman. Since then, Silva compiled a record of 1-7, including 4 by knockout. Having said that, George St. Pierre was destroyed by Matt Serra at UFC 269, and then he went on to win 13 consecutive fights and 2 championships in different weight classes, so it's not as if Usman's slide is a foregone conclusion. The fact that the Nigerian Nightmare is 35 years old is a factor that works against him, and I believe that his return battle will go a long way toward establishing what the future has in store for the former world champion. A meeting between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Kamaru Usman's father took place before UFC 272. Fans of mixed martial arts competitions are well aware of the bond that exists between Khabib and Usman. The pair have known each other for a very long time and have maintained their friendship by never passing up an opportunity to support and encourage one another. Both of these individuals have a tremendous amount of respect for one another, not only as competitors in the fighting industry, but also as fellow human beings. Prior to Khabib's retirement from the sport, Usman was frequently the subject of Nurmagomedov's praise. He never missed an opportunity to show his support for him throughout his battles, and both of them were frequently spotted hanging out together after their bouts. Ahead of UFC 272, Khabib just recently uploaded a new video to the official channel for his channel on YouTube. Umar Nurmagomedov and Tagir Ulanbekov weighed in prior to their bout at the T-Mobile Arena, and Team Khabib was there to show their support for both of them. During the course of the visit, the former lightweight champion had the chance to talk to Kamaru Usman's relatives. While having a conversation with Usman's father, Muhammad Usman Sr., Nurmagomedov displayed the utmost respect possible for him. Before anything else, Nurmagomedov inquired cordially about Muhammad's life and health. The Eagle continued the discussion by stating that he had recently acquired a new friend at this point in time. When it comes to the fighters' parents and other members of their families, Nurmagomedov's always displayed respect. The Dagestani prefers not to discuss his private life in public and makes an effort to conduct himself in the most admirable manner whenever he is around them. It would appear that he's established a fresh connection with Usman's father, which is something that comes out really easily to him. In light of the circumstances, Nurmagomedov's own father passed away in 2020 as a result of COVID-19, and he's aware of the significance that fathers play in the lives of their children. But what really happened with Kamaru Usman's father, and why did Khabib say he was so emotionally attached to both of them? And the heartbreaking tale of why Kamaru Usman and Muhammad Usman's father was sentenced to 10 years in prison, Kamaru Usman and Muhammad Usman have accomplished enough in their lives to make their father proud. Kamaru is now one of the most dominant champions in the UFC and has previously been crowned the winner of the Ultimate Fighter. On the other hand, Muhammad Usman recently won the Ultimate Fighter too, and raised eyebrows in the heavyweight division with his performance. In spite of the fact that things appear to be going swimmingly for the Usman family, this wasn't always the case a few years ago. Why Kamaru, the man who raised Usman, was incarcerated. When Kamaru Usman was just 8 years old, his family made the journey from the United Kingdom to the United States in the 1990s. Following the move, his father launched a successful career in the pharmaceutical industry. Over the course of more than a decade, the Usman family had relatively trouble-free times. However, in 2009, the SWAT team turned up at the residence of Usman's family and arrested Usman's father, Muhammad Usman, on allegations of repeated false claims submitted by his ambulance firm. The charges stemmed from the fact that Muhammad Usman was the owner of this ambulance company. In May 2010, 11 months after his arrest, Muhammad Usman was found guilty of 14 federal offenses, sentenced to a jail term of 180 months, and forced to pay restitution in the amount of $1.3 million. He also received that prison sentence. He was released from a Texas prison after having served 10 of the 15 years required for his sentence. During his interview on the Joe Rogan Experience, Kamaru Usman opened up about the incident and remarked that the justice system of the United States of America turned a blind eye to his father. There is something that I haven't really discussed with anyone. Since 2009, my father's been detained, although very, very few people are aware of this fact. This is the very first time I've discussed it in any detail. My father was. It really puts the judicial system in this country to the test, man. It's so rigged and so backward. My father was a businessman, and he founded what would become one of the most incredibly successful companies in Dallas. It was one of those situations where my dad hired people that he thought were the right people to accomplish what he didn't know how to do, and my dad owned an ambulance company. He was the one who hired them. They brought the firm to its knees, and now since my father is the previous owner of the company, they're placing all the blame on him, despite the fact that those employees who are responsible for the company's misdeeds have stated that they were responsible. According to Usman, the judge told him, "Oh, because you control the company, ignorance is not an excuse, so because of that, we're going to sentence you to 15 years, which he mentioned in that interview. Kamaru Usman did not want the UFC to schedule his initial fights on pay-per-view since his father, who's currently incarcerated, used to watch his son's fights. This is one of the reasons why Usman did not want the UFC to book his fights on pay-per-view. Following his victory over Jorge Masvidal at UFC 261, Usman took a minute to have an emotional moment with his father inside the octagon. He then proceeded to wrap the championship belt around his father. And now, Muhammad Usman's also won the Ultimate Fighter, giving their father even more reasons to be proud of his kids and everything they've accomplished. So, what are your reactions and thoughts on the tragic account of Kamaru Usman's father? And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. We sincerely hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you click on the like button and share it with all your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments for us, you can always share them with us in the comment space down below. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll see even more of our incredible videos. And don't forget, you can also check out our other videos that have been specially selected just for you. Hey, we really appreciate you spending time out of your busy day to hang out with us today on MMA Guru TV. And remember, we're always updating, so make sure you press that bell icon on your way out the door, and you are always notified of our latest uploads. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you in the next one.